Willy Sochko destroys the flat earth. Here's what all of your proofs are worth. Willy Sochko destroys the flat earth. If you actually buy the shit, then I legitimately feel bad for you because you're wrong, and here's why.
Now listen, I'm no scientist. I'm quite the opposite, an artist. But something artists and scientists can agree on is that the deliberate distortion of reality and willful ignorance are absolutely unacceptable in the context of a society which seeks to improve the lives of human beings and other life forms. Something like that. But at any rate, the belief in the flat earth is an excellent example of this. People taking their healthy skepticism and wonderful mistrust of the powers that be to too great an extent. Now listen, I'm as anti-establishment as a person can be.
Fuck the police, coming straight from the underground. A young, disenfranchised, impoverished African-American got it bad 'cause I'm brown.
Really? But even I know that sometimes the establishment is right. I mean, there's a middle ground somewhere between everybody believes it so it's true and everybody believes it so it can't be true. Question everything. Absolutely. Right? But use logic and reason to determine which position, if any, most accurately reflects the truth. Now, I'll admit that I never thought to question the shape of the planet Earth. I was told that it was round, and so I believed it. But really, it just never made a difference to me. I mean, if I found out today that the Earth was really flat, it wouldn't change my life whatsoever. I might be a little butthurt that I was initially wrong, but other than that, everything would just carry on the way it's been. But recently, I've seen the notion of a flat Earth all over YouTube. I've seen so many videos about it, and they usually get like a 50% mix of likes and dislikes, which means a lot of people, at least half the people who watch it actually buy into this shit. I mean, maybe some of them are trolling, but, it can't be that everybody's trolling. People actually buy this shit, or they would not invest this much time into it. Someone really needs to put this issue to rest. Okay, just once and for all. And despite all my searching, I've yet to find a video on either side of the argument that really satisfied me. So I'll be making my own. A flat earth video to end all flat earth videos. It's really going to be a series, and I'll be uploading a new episode every other week with something different on the weeks in between. I'll be responding to a freaking feature-length video. It's about 2 hours long, piece by piece, with 200 proofs that the Earth is not a spinning ball. The link for which will be in the description below. Please share this video and subscribe for further episodes, because I really need to get as many people to watch this as possible so that those poor, misinformed people that actually buy into the flat earth can see it and maybe question their beliefs. Now again, I want to make it clear, I'm not a scientist and I don't claim to be. But you don't have to be a scientist to do simple deduction, logic, and math that is required to debunk this stuff. Don't expect it to be 100% scientifically accurate, but you don't even need 100% scientific accuracy to really put this shit to rest. I would expect any high school graduate to be able to do what I have done. So let's get right into it.
"200 Proofs Earth is Not a Spinning Ball" by Eric Dubay.
Okay, one more thing before we get into this. This guy's voice is so bland and hard to listen to. I have a good feeling that it's Eric Dubay, the guy who wrote 200 Proofs the Earth is Not a Spinning Ball, which is a book, and then this is like a video book of it. While I'm not sure it's him, I suspect it is because it's uploaded to a channel with his name. Whoever the narrator is, put some life into it, man. I know you're very serious about the things that you say, and you think it's such a big deal. But for heaven's sakes, at least try to engage your audience on some level. Try at least to not make it sound like the teacher's making you read this in front of the whole class. I'm sorry, folks. There's just nothing I can do about the absolute lameness of this voiceover.
1. The horizon always appears perfectly flat 360 degrees around the observer regardless of altitude. All amateur balloon, rocket, plane, and drone footage show a completely flat horizon over 20 plus miles high. Only NASA and other government space agencies show curvature in their fake CGI photos and videos.
What about this picture from 1966? Or this one from 1967? I mean, those are great years for music, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have CGI back then. Unless those are just like fanciful artist depictions. In which case, it's kind of a waste of talent that these artists don't get to take credit for their work. I mean, look at those pictures. They accurately reflect the camera technology that was available at the time. And to think they can't take credit for it. Or maybe they just had to be killed to be kept silent. Such a waste. Oh, and 20 miles high? You mean 20 miles from the surface of a frigging object with a diameter of 7,917.5 miles? Do you really think that'd be far enough away from the Earth to be able to see its full shape? I mean, that's like taking a picture 0.2 of a millimeter away from the surface of a tennis ball and expecting to be able to tell that a tennis ball is round. No, you wouldn't see that curvature. I mean, luckily, we can take pictures of the Earth from the moon. This stuff is really bad for you. 17% alcohol. I can't believe they actually sell it in gas stations. It smells and tastes precisely like cough syrup. Actually, a little worse than cough syrup.
2. The horizon always rises to the eye level of the observer as altitude is gained, so you never have to look down to see it. If Earth were in fact a globe, no matter how large, as you ascended, the horizon would stay fixed and the observer would have to tilt looking down further and further to see it.
Okay, so you're gonna hear the phrase, no matter how large, thrown around a hell of a lot. This really irritates me, because it completely disregards the very simple fact that the size of something that you're looking at can in any way affect how you perceive it. If the Earth is large enough, and believe me it is, at 1,083,210,000,000 cubic kilometers, compared to the size of the observer, average person's about 0.07 cubic meters. And keep in mind that a cubic kilometer is 1,000,000,000 times bigger than a cubic meter. It should be pretty obvious why you can't fucking see a difference in the horizon as you ascend. I hate to say it, but size really does matter. So we can go ahead and just change out every one of these no matter how large with a because of how large.
3. The natural physics of water is to find and maintain its level. If Earth were a giant sphere tilted, wobbling, and hurtling through infinite space, then truly flat, consistently level surfaces would not exist here. But since Earth is in fact an extended flat plane, this fundamental physical property of fluids finding and remaining level is consistent with experience and common sense.
First of all, I need to say that common sense has nothing to fucking do with it. Mainly because there really isn't such a thing as common sense. I mean, if you think about it, things that are just common sense to us now would be absolutely insane to people thousands of years ago. I mean, really think about it. Microscopic organisms causing food to rot? That's not common sense. The truth has nothing to do with common sense, which is why scientific observation and experimentation doesn't stop at common sense. It actually goes deeper to find out what's really going on. And concerning the natural physics of water, gravity. The surface of the water just looks flat because you can't see curvature of the earth from fucking sea level.
4. Rivers run down to sea level, finding the easiest course, north, south, east, west, and all other intermediary directions over the earth at the same time. If Earth were truly a spinning ball, then many of these rivers would be impossibly flowing uphill. For example, the Mississippi, in its 3,000 miles, would have to ascend 11 miles before reaching the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, I rarely get headaches, but you're about to give me one. I mean, not only do you misunderstand gravity, but you misunderstand your misunderstanding of it. Allow me to explain. First of all, gravity isn't just some magical thing that pulls objects towards the center of mass of bigger objects. It's actually much more complicated than that. I mean, provided that you don't think Einstein's a chump, the mass of an object actually alters the fabric of space-time around it. Now, something as big as this can of Yingling here isn't going to make much of an observable difference. When you got something as big as the Earth, it bends space-time enough that objects as little as itsy-bitsy humans are pushed, that is, compelled, not pulled, towards the center of mass. That's the best I can explain it, not being a quantum physicist myself. But even if Einstein was a total crackpot, all you need is Newton's understanding of gravity, and your point is still completely invalid. Even if you're thinking like Newton, gravity on Earth does not attract objects downward, but towards the planet's core, right? Towards the center. That means that there really is no up. I mean, up would be in every direction. And no, the Mississippi does not have to fight the curvature of the Earth to reach the Gulf of Mexico, because the Earth is more or less a sphere, okay? And one of the neat little properties of a sphere, as a matter of fact, the most important, crucial, identifying property of a sphere is that the distance between the center of a sphere and the surface is always the same, no matter, where on the surface you're heading towards, okay? So that means if there were absolutely no hills and valleys whatsoever, the curvature of the Earth would still have absolutely no influence on the flow of the Mississippi, because it would be the same distance towards the center of mass, that is, where gravity pulls it, whether it's here, 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 here. Therefore, these little tiny hills and valleys on here make more of a difference.
5. One portion of the Nile River flows for 1,000 miles with a fall of only 1 foot. Parts of the West African Congo, according to the supposed inclination and movement of the ball earth, would be sometimes running uphill and sometimes down. This would also be the case for the Parana, Paraguay, and other long rivers.
Yeah, it's the same answer I gave the last one. And the whole idea of the Nile going 1,000 miles and only falling 1 foot, okay, that's just a large area of consistent elevation. You would observe the exact same thing whether the Earth was round or flat or whatever shape. Well, that's all we have for you folks today. I know you guys are probably just getting into it, but, for certain reasons, I'm not allowed to upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes on this channel. So make sure you're subscribed so you can be on the lookout, for when the next video comes out in 2 weeks. And again, please share this video, man. It needs to be brought to the attention of those who can be saved from the irrationality of the flat earth. Also, like and leave a comment on how I did, I love you guys. I can't thank you enough. Now I can get even drunker! You can here mess with the zoom, Kurt.
Oh, where's the zoom? Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Oh, I can see your
One
face.
side, one way's in, one way's out.